Once again, folks, it's time for my mince pie review. I have been doing this now, it's an annually thing, and I started it last year. So, what it is, I've been around all the shops and I've bought the mince pies from each shop that's not top of the range, not bottom of the range, or whatever. So they're all around the £1.50, £2.50 mark. Apart from Marx's, I think they were £2.50, but everything else is below that. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I should have kept a better track on it, but I didn't. So I didn't, and that's the way life goes. So as you can see, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boxes of mince pies. Now I have actually screwed up on one because I have bought mince pies from Morrison's twice. So I didn't mean to do that. I didn't think I'd got any, and you know what, folks? Sometimes life is so hard that you actually do lose track of what you're doing. You lose track of the day, the hour, where you're supposed to be, all that kind of thing. So Morrison's have got 2 bites of the Christmas pie thing. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide these to one side, like that, and then I'm just going to work my way through it. I'm going to try and be quick because I don't want this to go on for ages and ages. But Christmas, mince pies are an important part of Christmas. So there you go. So let's pop these open. These are Morrison's short crust. These are the ones that Morrison's make in the shop, and then they just ship them out, which is quite good. And I do like their stuff. Their stuff is quite good. So let's just open this up. A bit of a foil wrapper there, and not much smell to it, but let's go for it. Are we texting me now? Oh, stress. No, it's the wife. All right, just 1 second, folks. Let me reply to this. Oh, stress. Right, I'm going to eat this, so I'm doing this. Right, so. They're quite nice. Right, just doing my mice pie review. Oh, stress. Review XX. Yeah, this is quite nice. It's got a nice short, crisp, not a hard paste, but it's nice and, you know, it holds the pie together. Not a lot of filling in there, but enough. I tell you what, folks, bit of brandy butter on that, that'll be all right. Right. Bit stodgy as well, which is what I like about Morrison's. It's good, wholesome, proper stodge. Right. People have told me to get a glass of water to take taste away from each one. So we're now moving on to Sainsbury's. I've been and got these today. These were the last ones I had to buy to complete the review. Right. Looks like your box standard, pretty much mass-produced mince pie. Not a lot of smell. Wow. I should have watched last year's mince pie review to see if anybody's learned from anything. That is nice and full of mince pie, mince meat. It's got a nice, warm alcohol flavour in there. The Morrison's first one didn't. It was just a nice sweet mince pie. But this has got some kind of alcohol in it. Very nice. Very nice, that. I quite like that. What's in it? I don't say anything about butter-enriched short crust pastry with mincemeat filling. It doesn't say anything about alcohol, but it does taste of alcohol. They've done something to that gives it a taste of alcohol, which is very, very nice. You leave them alone. They've got currency. Doodle's watching it. Right, this is another lot of Morrison's one. These are the £1 ones from Morrison's. Just your box standard mince pie again, folks. So let's see. It's got a nice little snowflake on there. And as you know, snowflakes are around all year time because people actually get offended by anything who are snowflakes. Personally, I would round them all up and shoot them. Get rid of them. We don't need them. We don't want them. People are offended by anything. Pastry sweet, but there's no flavour in that. There's absolutely no taste. Very, very little taste in the Morrison's mince pie. Not impressed with that. If that's the Morrison's mince pie cheap pound, the £1 version, spend the extra 47p and go for the ones I had first time. Not very good. No, not very good, but just there were no tasting it. And let's face it, folks, you want something to taste on bloody Christmas Day. Right, these are the M&S ones. I am expecting big things of M&S and their mince pies because most of the food they do and drink is top of the range. So, they do look a bit homemade, don't they? They don't look like they've been mass-produced, but obviously they have been mass-produced because there were masses of them in the shop when I got there. It's a snowflake and a star. They tried to keep the Christmassy theme going. They use a nice gold tin foil wrapper here. Oh, you can't get it out the bloody tin. That is odd. That foil wrapper's odd. Right, I bit into that, folks, and I couldn't really taste a lot. And then, I mean, you can see in there, look, there's not a lot of filling, is there? It looks like what they've done, they've actually put the stuff in and painted around it. I don't know, perhaps it's shrunk during cooking. I wouldn't know. I'm not Paul bloody Hollywood. So, there's a fair bit. Not a lot. Right. It is nice. It is a very nice mince pie, but I was still expecting more from Marx's. There is a slight brandy taste to it, but not much. And I must admit, although it is a nice mince pie, I'm a bit disappointed with what Marx's have had to offer for this term. There is other mince pies that Marx's do that are probably a bit more expensive. So they've probably saved that for the best. Why make your best mince pie and still charge only £2.50 or £2 or whatever it was? So they're not going to put the best range out at the cheaper price, are they? So it's fair enough. That is a nice mince pie, though. But I'm just a bit disappointed. I was expecting more flavour. I was expecting more love and care from it, to be fair. And let's face it, Marx's, you're struggling. So perhaps you should do stuff a bit cheaper and a bit better. And then, there you go. Right, we are now moving on, racing on to the Asda Luxury Mince Pie. It's generously filled with spicy wine fruits, and a splash of Irish brandy, a ruby port encased in crumbly short crust pastry, and it contains alcohol. None of the others... Let's see what the Marx's one. Melted, see, none of the others actually say, whoa, get out of it. You can't have mince pie. Stop sneaking around the back door. Bad dog. So, as the special, all luxury 6 luxury mince pies. They do actually have alcohol in them. So let's open them up. Ooh, they look nice. Ooh, they look really nice. So, they look nice, but are they nice? That is the question. I'll decide. Pastry's a bit dry. But you do get a nice taste of the alcohol, and it is quite filled with the mincemeat. That is quite a nice mince pie, to be fair. I need a drink. That is quite nice. I quite like that one. I think that's my favourite one so far. That was a real. That's a lovely pastry now. It is sweet and it does hold it together. I was a bit surprised at first. I thought the pastry weren't that good, but the more I bite into it, the more I liked it and the more it grew on me. So, and it has got a real nice, lovely flavoured mincemeat in there. So, I think the Asda might be my favourite one so far. Right, cracking on now to the Waitrose and Partners Christmas 6 butter enriched short crust mince pies. I wonder how many of these companies actually use the same people and just say put a different lid on it. Different packaging. Right. It doesn't say anything about alcohol in there. No, can't see anything. Got an itchy nose again. Right. Right, Waitrose and Partners. There's no taste in the mince, and the pastry is very. It's hard work. The pastry is hard work to eat. It's dry. There's not a lot of flavour in it. They'll be going to work for the lads, they will. Not taking them, eating any more of them. Not happy with that one, Waitrose. I expected more of you as well, to be fair. Waitrose, you pay a fortune out for stuff and then you throw that at people. Weren't impressed. 3 to go, folks, on this festive mince pie review. I am now at the Tesco's. They are butter enriched pastry filled with spicy mince meat made with sultanas, carrots, currants, and raisins. Once again, I don't think there's actually any alcohol in this. None of them really put any alcohol in. I mean, it's quite disappointing. Christmas is a time for alcohol. And is this the nanny state again kicking in? Right, they look just like your normal standard bloody mince pie, don't they? They look about as appetising as a kick in the nuts, isn't it? Moving on. Again, another one. Pastry. No taste. Mincemeat. No taste. All they've done is they've made these, right, chucked them out on the shelves at whatever price it's supposed to be, and people are going to pick them up and think, oh, mince pie. And they're not. They're just basically thinking that the public are going to be gullible and buy this stuff. And to be fair, they're right, because the public will just see mince pies and people are thinking, you can't go wrong with a mince pie. Let me tell you, folks, you bloody can go wrong with a mince pie. My missus makes mince pies and they're bloody brilliant because she uses half. Oh, what does she use? Oh, truth. Half butter and half something else. And my granny taught her how to do something else. And my granny Gert, she could cook. She was a dinner lady at Colville, Broomleys. And she could cook. And their mince pies and my Auntie Sue's Christmas cake in the 70s were bloody brilliant. And these are just mass produced and expecting people to buy them anyway. So Tesco's, Waitrose, Morrison's, they're not that good. Well, they are, but they're not. I want more. This is one time a year when the family gets together and they throw this crap at us. So here we go. It's a coupe. It's the Co-op. Now they look a little bit like what I've just ate. Bound to enter a mince pie. So there we go. This is a butter enriched paste. See, they don't mind making everything butter enriched, do they? Butter enriched, but they're not putting no bloody alcohol in it. It's butter enriched pastry filled with spiced mincemeat and dusted with sugar. Oh, truth. Another one with a dry pastry. What is it with dry pastry? It sticks to your mouth. Leicestershire's finest tap water there, getting rid of that out of me gob. Right. In Holly Lane, there is a good baking mince pies. This is from Aldi, folks. Let's see what these have to offer. Now, Aldi, I think I had Aldi last year and I think they won. I had Greggs as well. But I weren't impressed with Greggs and last year, and I was really disappointed with them, so I didn't even bother giving them a chance this year. It doesn't say if there's any alcohol in these. It just says 6 deep-filled mince pies, short crust pastry encased cakes with fruity mincemeat. Oh, strict! I can't even open the box. Right, they look a bit burnt around the edges. Or is that the way they're supposed to be? Does that look a bit burnt around the edges to you, folks? If you're visually impaired, that looks a bit burnt around the edges. Right. It may look a bit burnt around the edges, but it's not. It's a nice, sweet, crusty pastry, and the mincemeat inside is really, really nice too. I don't think there is any alcohol in it, but it tastes like it. That is really, really nice. I'm sorry there weren't no one for Lidl, but we haven't got a Lidl around here yet, and I'm not going out of the way to go and get it. So on the strength of that, folks, Blue Van Man, I've got another drink. I'm still struggling from the bloody Tesco's one. Right, on the strength of that then, folks, I think Asda and Aldi have got the best mince pies out at this moment in time, followed by the Morrison's home brand, the ones in the clear wrapping. The other ones are The Marx's ones is nice, but I'm just a little bit disappointed. But there again, I suppose if you want to pay a little bit more and have the Marx's a higher class, I drive a van. I'm hardly upper class, am I? I'm working class. I drive a van, and the other car's the Mini Cooper. Marx's is nice. I would probably go for the higher range of Marx's. Disappointed in Waitrose. I think they're taking the mickey. I think Tesco's are taking the mickey as well. Morrison's are okay, but once again, I think it's what you get paid for. You're getting paid for, isn't it? And today, to be fair, a lot of people will be struggling on a budget, and if they are buying mince pies, they will just go for the cheapest. So these companies, these shops and stuff, just chuck any old out, and just people will know that they'll buy them. They'll just go for the cheapest. But if you do want to spend a little bit more, if mince pies are a passionate thing to your heart, and you do want the best, spend that little bit more, and I don't think you'll regret it. In other words, go to Asda, go to Aldi, or go for the top end, a higher range of mince pie from Marx's. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you next year again on the Mince Pie Review. Hey!